Y'all already know who it is. BZY, Busy Peach in the house. Hey, 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 hey. BzyPeach, yeah, Busy Peach. Hey, what's her name? Busy Peach. Say it again. Busy Peach. You got it. BzyPeach, yeah, Busy Peach. What's her name? Busy Peach. Busy Peach. Busy Peach.
Good morning. It's Saturday morning. It's time for some shenanigans. Trying to get us hyped up. It's been a week. Look, why we always make that face when we really get into it? Right? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody's doing well. Had a good week. A little music going. Little shoulder action. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, good morning. Okay. Everybody makes that face, right? You're like, get it, get it, get it, get it. Oh, I'm trying to pump myself up this morning. I ran out of my creamer. It's not too bad though. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, so let's see. Trying to see if I can do some shout outs. Do y'all pregame the shenanigans? So well, if not every Saturday, but most Saturdays, like no pressure. Shanti goes live right before the shenanigans. And Jerome has been joining her lately. Is Jerome in the house? Did he come in? I said, is Jerome in the house? I said, Jerome in the house. Is he in the house? Especially when I chair dance, right? My little chair dance. Okay. No, just kidding. Yes. Okay, here he is. Jerome, I was just singing your name. I said, Jerome's in the house. I said, Jerome's in the house. Anyway, good morning. So Shanti and Jerome have been pre-gaming, right? Shanti pre-games before the shenanigans, and our new to me fiber friend Jerome has been joining her. So I'm gonna give a quick shout out. Usually about somewhere between 9 and 9:30. Pop over to Shanti Rose Knits. Actually, make sure you go ahead and do the notifications for her so you can pre-game and get all the good tea, literally, beforehand. So this morning's conversation, we were talking about the Saturday morning shenanigans mugs, right? So if you don't have one yet, go get one. Get your merch. There's a backpack. There's a book. Look, so there's a backpack. You can get your notebook because you're going to need to take notes, because usually there's some good stuff that comes up. And then, so there's some other merch out there. Check it out. But get your coffee mug. All right, so we were talking about the size. So this is a 15 ounce, but Jerome said that wasn't big enough. He needs one that's about as big as a soup bowl. So you can see this is like, it's still pretty big. This probably holds like maybe 24 ounces, I think. So this one holds 15 ounces, which is cool. I can run my Keurig once on the highest setting and then again on the smallest setting to fill this up. Okay, so that's the little shout out. Another shout out for Shanti, which she didn't know I was going to do, but I didn't know she was going to do this. She sent me something in the mail a couple of weeks ago. So the hat that I have on is my busy birthday blend from this time last year. I have something else coming for this year for my birthday, which is coming up soon. And wait, hold on. Somebody's birthday is today. Shanti, isn't your whose birthday is on the 5th? Somebody's birthday is on the 5th. I know Roz's was on the 2nd. Is it Kim? Maybe Kim, Hooked on Kim 251? Or Shanti, is it yours? Somebody's on the 5th. Whose birthday is on the 5th? Okay. So anyway, Shanti sent this to me. I didn't think she, I had no idea it was coming, but she did the Shanti shawl in the Busy Birthday blend. Look at that. Y'all, she did her thing. So you can get, I think it's Kim that's on the 5th. So you can get the Shanti shawl pattern on her website, Shanti Rose Knits. And we're going to wrap. I have a scarf pin that I was trying to find. I couldn't find it this morning. But right, Adeha, Day, isn't this cute? So y'all go get the now I'm not a knitter, but I still bought it because we got to support. But go get the pattern. It's a knit pattern for the Shanti shawl. And if you didn't know, Shanti means peace. So it will bring you peace, light, and love. Okay. So our special guest, I believe she's in the room. Let's check and make sure. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Also, real quick before we get into our special guests, we're going to spend lots of time with our special guests. I can't wait. Oh my goodness. I have yarn missing from my Olympic picture. I'll have to put those back. I just realized that. Jerome, you were talking about, and y'all, this is where the shenanigans are amazing. And I say, go ahead and get your shenanigans. Yes, it's a shameless plug. Get your shenanigans notebook. Jerome mentioned that there was cotton that grew out of the ground already colored. And I was like, what? I had never heard of that. So Jerome, some of my other fiber friends and I were talking about it, and Sarah, Miss Whimsical, the Whimsical Spinner, she is better than a Google search. She found some. Only one that we could find. So let me show you what we ended up finding. So this is what normal cotton looks like. This is straight out of the ground from North Carolina from blackcotton.us. Right? I got a couple of bags of this that I want to clean and spin. But Jerome was talking about cotton that came out of the ground already colored. And I had no clue. And so Sarah went and did a search. And yes, Jasmine, you got it. This is Sally Fox. So I placed the order from her, but she sent me a bowl with a little thank you note and some extra yarn, which was amazingly beautiful. So this is how it comes out of the ground with this beautiful golden brown color. Isn't that gorgeous? So let me show you what it looks like. Now, some of this changes color when you heat it up, but look at that. Like, isn't that just so naturally pretty? I mean, and you can over dye it. So I just got one. And so, yeah, so this one, yes, Izzy. So this one is called Color Organic and grown and spun in the US. But this one is the brown and green. And so it doesn't look like it right now, but I can't wait to try it. There's a technique that you can do that will bring out the green in this. So I'll try to record it as I play with it. And then also I purchased some of the chenille. I think this is way more than I purchased, but she sent me a full cone of this, and it's just like, it's golden. I don't even want to dye it. I mean, it's so pretty, but it's a chenille. I don't know if the camera will focus in on that, but it's a chenille skein, right? So I love it. I love it. There's another cone over there somewhere, but so Jerome, thank you. and maybe we'll have to work together, and I send you some, and you put your magic and a pattern on it or something like that. I don't know. We'll have to talk. Okay, so let's get into it, right? Because our guest, give me a thumbs up and let me know that you're ready. But our special guest, and oh, Izzy, yeah, you got to tell me how that goes, because I don't know how to spin, but I want to spin. Okay, sorry, let me focus. Focused. Okay. Our guest, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you're ready, and I'll send you the invite. I met her at Vogue, which seems like 1,000 years ago. And she was right across. She said, "Let's go, let's go." All right, let me send the invite. It does seem like 1,000 years ago, but I'm excited to chat. Okay, hold on. Let me find you. Okay, here it's been sent. So we get to hang out and chill with Marsha. Hey, girl. Oh, you sideways, girl.
Yeah, I was like, iPad, what are you doing? What are you doing, iPad?
Oh, I love it.
There
Yes.
we go.
Okay, right side up. There you go.
I was like, all right, iPad, just be in trouble, but okay.
Listen, this is how the shenanigans go. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you move it up just a little so we can see your full beautiful face?
Let me lift and her.
Because we got to see the hair. I love the color.
Thank you. That was very fresh. I trekked out in the snow to get it done last Saturday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, I have the appointment. This place is booked over a month in advance. I guess I'm going. I was like, you still open? They're like, yep. I was like, okay.
So there we go, right? Yes. Okay, you got what are you sipping on this morning?
This is a latte. I start each and every day with coffee, or no one wants me around. No one.
It's not a good thing without the caffeine, huh?
It's not a good thing. It's like I'll be awake, but I won't be happy about it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, one last little technical issue. It's a little hard to hear you. Do you have your AirPods in?
Yes.
Can you try them without? And let's see if we get. Let's see.
So this is without.
I think that's a little better.
Okay. I'm in the dining room. I'm going to close the doors.
Oh, okay. We want to be able to hear, because I'm excited for this conversation. So we want to be able to hear all of the goodness that's getting ready to come out of your mouth. I know it's going to be good.
All right. We'll let people who are sleeping in on Saturday sleep in.
Okay, right. This is true. Thank you. I appreciate that. We want to make sure we can hear you.
Not a problem.
Okay, so I met you at Vogue, which was.
Ooh, that feels like 10,000 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago now, I think, right?
Yeah, 2020, because it was like the last big thing. No one knew it was the last big thing, but
no,
yeah.
we had no idea, right?
We had no idea.
And
I went on vacation right afterwards, and it was just like, that was a good choice.
I know, right? Okay, so can you introduce yourself? Tell everybody who you are.
Absolutely. All right. So I'm Marsha. I am the geek behind 1Geek2CraftAll. I live in Brooklyn, New York, born and raised, and I make stitch markers, project bags, notions pouches, way too many knitting items, and just day to day. I have been doing this for. Oh wow! I think this is 10 years. I think this year is 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I double check, but this
Okay.
might be like 10 years if I'm remembering right. It might be yeah, I think that's right. 2012.
Okay.
So this would be 20.
Oh, that's excellent. Now, I didn't realize you were in Brooklyn, so the trip to VKL was a pretty short one, right?
Oh yeah. I used to work in an office at Grand Central, so I would go to work on the Thursday before VKL, drag my entire shop with me in a like giant checked luggage, the joy of stitch markers, very small, and it, like most of the suitcase was the display, and then I would just put it by my desk. Everyone would just kind of look at me funny, and I'd be like, "What?" And then after work, I would walk to Times Square, set up the booth, go have some drinks, and then take the subway home and repeat the entire weekend. And then take a cab home at the end just because I had the giant suitcase. And while you can take the train, why?
Right, right. Oh, that's excellent. Okay, I like that. That's an easy setup. I love that. So it sounds like then that was my first VKL. Sounds like that was not your first VKL. How many?
It was not. So I've been to every VKL. I have not vended at every VKL.
Okay.
Like the first 3, I was a guest. Like I took classes, I went to the marketplace, I had fun, hung out. And then in 2011, 10, December, right before VKL, I actually was reached out by Vogue, and they were like, "We're really sorry to do this, but we know you're local. Someone dropped out last minute. We'll give you a booth if you want one. It'll be discounted because it was December." So,
yeah.
So they were like, "Is it possible that you like have the inventory and can do this?" And I was like, "No." And then I like talked to my friends, and she was like, "I will do it with you. You will have a buddy. We'll split the booth. Let's go." And I was like, "Okay, yes." And then I said yes. I signed the contract, and not even, I think the day I sent in the contract, my company changed their vacation policy, and I had to take the 2 weeks between Christmas and New Year's off, because they were like, starting January 1st, vacation becomes use it or lose it. And I was like, "What?" I'm like, "It's December. Shouldn't you have told us that sooner?" And they were like, small company.
Okay.
But so I basically had a ton of vacations. So they paid me out a chunk, and I took 2 weeks off. I used that money to buy more supplies to like display things, because before that I was like online and in some stores. So like I went to a yarn shop and went, "Here are my wares," and then they put them out in their own displays. And so I was like, okay, so I need some racks, I need some stands, I need some hooks, and like paid all the fees and made so many stitch markers in 2 weeks.
So that actually worked towards your benefit in a couple of different ways.
Yeah, no, it really did. It was one of those things that I was just like, did that just, what? So like all of the things to people like my friend Susie, who was just like, "I'll do it with you."
Okay.
It's fine. I'll figure it out. And she like did also did small yarn mini skein kits.
Okay.
So, like, I can make this work.
Okay.
2 weeks? Yeah, that's fine. And I was like,
y'all did it.
We did it. I guess it was a whole month, but it was like the crunch time. We were those 2 weeks of vacation, just sitting in my house, cranking out stitch markers, different designs and themes. And I was like, it's a good thing. Like, I had ideas going. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like I sat there and went, "Oh God, I have to have a few hundred sets of stitch markers immediately."
Right.
And I was like, well, I already have a few hundred sets immediately. I need a few hundred more immediately. Because I with my day job, I always feel like it would be dangerous to make to order. So everything I have is ready to ship.
Okay.
So it was just kind of like shuts down store for 3 days, brings entire store. And
Right. Lift and shift. Let's bring it all there. Oh, that's awesome. That's amazing. I mean, so someone here said when opportunity comes banging on the door, yeah, like everything aligned, it sounds like, to get you going. That's awesome. And so then from there, you just kind of kept coming back.
Yeah. So from there, they were like, okay, do you want to come back? And I was like, is that a yes? Mm-hmm. And then so I started doing more shows. I did a couple like smaller things. I did Indian Tangled every year.
Okay.
I guess like two more years later, I started doing Indian Tangled, and I went every year until, well, I guess I did virtual Indian Tangled in 2020.
Okay.
And then so I've been Vogue and Indie are like my two brackets every year because it's like January and October.
Okay.
And then I try and find things on occasion at different points in the year. Like I've done FlameCon, which is probably the most outside of yarn vending I've done. FlameCon is New York's only premier LGBTQIA Comic-Con.
Oh, okay.
So, Flame.
Okay.
Con.
Got it.
Like, I'm already very excited because it looks like it's coming back this year. So I'm like, it's in August. So they're like, we're coming back. And I was like, yes, it is the best convention I've ever been to, in the sense of like just like the attitude of the people running it, the kindness of everyone around. It feels like that same vibe you can get at a trunk show, because I was like, not a Rhinebeck or something like that. That's too big, too many people.
So it feels more intimate and more accessible to everyone, like to be able to connect and
do things and see things, like talk to people. Everyone is like, it's like, it is anytime someone's like, oh, I'm a New York geek, but I've never gone to a show or anything like, or a convention. I don't know where to start. New York Comic Con, and I'm like, no,
go to Flame.
No, you're going to be in a line for 77 hours. Just don't do it. I stopped going to New York Comic Con. Don't do it. Let me introduce you to FlameCon. It's smaller. It's nicer. You'll actually be able to see any like workshops or presentations you want to see.
Nice.
Like, everything about it, I would recommend 10,000%. So
can I ask you a question about, because your charms are, I think you do earrings too, right? So when you vend at an event that is not geared towards the fiber arts world, like what do you take, what do you do, and how does that work out for you?
So when it's not geared at the fiber world, because I've also done like street fairs, like so what I bring are the earrings. I have keychains. I have necklaces and bracelets. Like I have a friend of mine and I go have these on in a laser cutting studio, which we haven't been to in quite some time. Wacky. Right. And so like I have laser cut charms and beads, and use that to make like a giant charm as a necklace, or smaller ones as earrings, and bags.
Okay.
Everyone likes bags, so even though a little notions pouch makes someone's like, oh, I can put this, that, and I'm like, you can put your what in there? Okay, go ahead. They're like, it's my travel jewelry bag, and I'm like,
okay, yeah.
Oh, I see. Like, because you only have like the one set you brought with you. That makes sense. So yeah, people find use, like if they think something's cute, they're gonna find something they can do with it.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's definitely true. Okay. Oh, that's excellent. I love it.
Yeah. So I focus on jewelry and bags at non-knitting events, and because the dimensions of my small project bag, I have everything in front of me.
Good. Perfect.
Are the same dimensions as a standard travel makeup bag.
Yes. Okay.
So this can hold 2 skeins of yarn or all of your makeup.
And wait, does it have a wrist attachment?
It has a matching wristlet. I like to put it on the side away from the zipper.
Yeah.
So, and then it, I don't remember if this, yeah, this one doesn't, but I also try and do fun linings. This one's red.
Right. That's okay. The outside is fun. So I like the idea with the wristlet because then, right, that just expands how much you can use it, right? So it could be for makeup or travel, or it could just be your bag for the wristlet for the day. So
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
I've definitely used it as my bag for the day
Yep.
because while I've never forgotten knitting while traveling, I have absolutely forgotten a day bag. So like I have my suitcase, I have my carry-on, and I have my knitting. And I'm like, hold on.
Like I don't have anything to put my wallet and keys in, right?
Nope.
Right.
Nothing. And I'm like, well, project bag, you're doing some double duty. We're going to take out the extra skein because I don't need you right now. And the wallet's going to slide right in there.
That's right. Make sure the keys don't get tangled up in the yarn. So put them like off to the side somewhere. Yes. Oh, Jerome, show me the bag, please.
All right. So.
Oh, there's another. Look at her.
Oh,
just switched up the. Okay, I like the outside of that one.
yeah, so this one is dice, and I picked it up because this one has a fun inside where it is sewing fabric. I know we can flip you inside out. I know enough
Yeah.
who sew and play D&D, so I was like, I'm going to make a combo bag.
Okay.
And so I buy lots of fabric, lots of themes, and I was just like, I don't know why I didn't have this when I have the D&D problem.
You have the
D&D problem.
Okay.
Like yarn, I have more dice than I could ever use in my entire life. I'm like, why do I need? And I just keep buying more. I'm like, but they're pretty, and they're so small. They don't take up that much space. That's a lie. But it's a lie I'm happy telling myself.
Okay, so I have to admit, like, I never got into Dungeons and Dragons. I never got into it, but the dice bags and the dice are a thing. So are you collecting them because, okay, how many do you use in a game? Like, are you just collecting them because they're pretty and you just switch it up? Like, how does that work?
Absolutely. So I am collecting them because they're pretty. I also, like, will have a set per character. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm playing a blue dragon. I'm gonna get a set of pretty blue dice. Oh, I can get these metal dice. Like, I have a set of Lord of the Ring themed dice, and I'm like, this is for when I'm running the game. So it's like the Ire Sauron is deciding your fate.
Oh.
And so it's that. It's like, it's pretty, it's fun, and it does, a lot of the times I'm buying them because they do the same thing I do with my stitch markers, where they're like, hey, you like Sailor Moon? You want some Sailor Moon dice? And I'm like, God damn it, this is what I sound like, isn't it? It's like when I'm like, you want some Sailor Moon stitch markers? And someone's like, hell yes, I do. I'm like, oh no. Oh no, of course I fall for it. I do it to people.
Like, I'm your dice pusher. What you want? What you want? I got it. Hold on. I got it. What you want?
Exactly. I'm like, well, at this point, I'm going to just start being like, okay, I'm going to need to find the dice maker and be like, let's be friends. And I need you, when I'm pushing Power Ranger stitch markers, I need you to make Power Ranger dice so we can be ridiculous together at the same time. I know some people, and they will love it.
Okay, so yeah, there are a lot of crafty folks who are into Dungeons and Dragons as well. So I know like the Whimsical Stitcher, Sarah, like she's into it. She just made a like a dragon scale dice bag. So she crocheted in the, what is it, the alligator stitch, I think it is. And then lined it with like some scaled fabric. Like, it was super cute. I was like, I want some dice to put in a cute bag like that. I don't know what I'm doing, but I love the idea. What's that?
This is a cow that I am a monster, so even though I finished it, I have not written the pattern to share. It is a dice cow. It is literally D&D dice in 2D. And I need to write it down. I have people who have been yelling at me for months and going, where's the pattern? I would like to make this cow. Because dice.
Okay, wait a minute. So they're multi-sided dice.
Yes. And then this is a 2D rendering. So each one, if you counted, would be half the number of the dice. So like this is the D20. So if you count, it's 10 slots because it's like cut it in half and made it flat.
So you use different number-sided die for different parts. Okay, we're not. I know I'm way behind. I know I'm not gonna.
Different numbers, different things. You can use all the numbers for many different things. 20 is like the most well known because everyone's going to use it for something, and then depending on the character you play, you may or may not use the lower numbers. And like as your character gets stronger, your dice gets higher. So maybe when you start playing, your character rolls a 6-sided die, and then when your character is 5 levels higher, they roll a 12-sided die because they're stronger now, so they do more damage.
Okay.
As a very quick.
So so Sarah had to correct me. The 20-sided die is called the icosahedron.
I'm like, the D20? I'm real bad at remembering that exact thing. I know exactly what you mean, and I'm like,
I'm gonna look it up because so when I was little, we had a program called the Space Program. So we got to go in and do all of the fun things. So like we actually had to write out a Google, right? So before Google, the search engine was a thing, our space teacher was like, okay, there's a number called Google. So we're going to write out a Google. So we actually sat there and wrote the one with the 100 zeros behind it was one of our projects.
Oh, it's a dodecahedron?
So that's what I thought. I thought it was a dodecahedron, right? So I was like, oh yeah, right, because deca, 10, but that's not right though, because I was corrected. And hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find it really quick.
Okay. Because now I'm like,
the nerd in me was like, that makes sense, like, but that wasn't right. Okay, hold on. 20-sided is, nope, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Somebody said icosahedron. Okay, dodecahedron is 12.
okay, because I was like, that doesn't. Oh, okay. Oh, I see the icosahedron. Thank you for the phonetic spelling.
Right, Hazel, thank you. We appreciate you.
Because it's always one of those things where I'm like, I feel like I should know.
Right? Exactly. But for whatever reason, it kept sticking. So I was like, yeah, I failed at that. It didn't stick that well. But anyway, okay, so let's get back to what else you do. You also, okay, so right, because we'll go down all kinds of rabbit holes this morning. So y'all just hang on. Okay, so that's knitted and a pattern. Do you have other knit patterns?
Yes, like
Okay.
in my Ravelry right now are a couple free patterns because copyright is a thing, and it's all logos. So it's like the DC superheroes in double knitting their logos, and then the Marvel superheroes and Green Lanterns all as just double knit patterns. So those are all free and will stay free.
Okay, so
and I have a couple pay patterns.
All right, so you just brought up a very important topic. DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Yes, my girl.
It's funny because everyone's like, oh, so who's your favorite and things, and I'm like, okay, so this is going to be a tougher, longer conversation because I'm like, look, it's Marvel. It's Marvel. It's Marvel. It's Marvel. It's Marvel.
Okay.
But it's like if we start talking about mediums, it gets messy.
Okay.
Because
elaborate, please.
Not messy, but like my absolute favorite movie superhero, Iron Man.
Yeah.
comic books,
Well,
I would have throat punched that man. I'd have throat punched him violently. In the comics, he's a terrible human being, and there no interest. No interest. Like, I only read him when he was with the Avengers, because
okay.
it was like, oh my god, this is so much straight white man privilege. I can't. It hurts. It hurts so much. So, like, in the comics, and really in the movies too, especially previously, Spider-Man has always been my favorite. I'm like, oh, this smart kid. And I'm like, if you only were from Brooklyn, but I'll take Queens. I'll take Queens.
Okay. So I have to say, okay, so I nodded when you said favorite. I lied. So Iron Man was my favorite Marvel movie in the new movies until Black Panther came out. Now, before the Iron Man movie, Black Panther was still my favorite character. I was never into the comic books, but I just was kind of, it's just in my world, right? So
you just kind of see it, yeah.
But there was a series that I want to say it was on BET, like late night BET. I found it like years ago. There was an animated Black Panther limited series. It's like 6 episodes or whatever.
Yes, because it was like, this is amazing. And also, wait, where'd it go? Come back. Come back.
Oh,
a number of times. They're like, here's a limited thing. And I'm like, but it's so good.
It was so good. And I need to look and see if it's on Amazon or somewhere to purchase, because that little series was so good and I loved it. And, it really gave you just a good feel for the character. And that's why I was like, okay, I fell in love with Black Panther at that point. And I think that's where you learn that him and Storm had a relationship as well, which didn't know. And I'm like, why is that missing from the whole movie? But
because
what, we can't have Black superheroes in the movie?
Because we can't have nice things. Because we can't have nice things.
We could only have him as the hero. We couldn't have two, like, okay.
It's wild. 2 whole Black people? In a movie that's not Black Panther, where they're like, oh, this is fine. This is
yeah.
We have to do it this way.
Now, don't get me wrong. I was all in on the movie. I was so, because it came out on my birthday that year, 2018, February 16th. I saw the movie posters and I was like, oh, this is for me. This is for me. This is for me.
Yeah. It was amazing. I saw it, obviously opening weekend, and Union Square, and I remember being in the theater, and I ended up seeing it like 4 times, so that's in the theater. Just in the theaters, not ever. We're not
3
times.
3 in the first weekend. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And I remember walking in, and Union Square is a central theater. It's everyone. The number of people I knew that I ran into for that same showtime, and I was just like, yeah, this checks out. And it was just like leaving, seeing people I know going in, looking around, being like, hey, hugs and kisses. And I was like, yeah, we're all here for, there's a reason. There's a reason I know so many people here right now, and it is the best reason. And and then I think I saw it again at Alamo Drafthouse, which is a smaller theater that has like food and drinks, and big seats, and they had a full like Black Panther themed menu that was, I think they said it was Nigerian cuisine that they based the food and spices on. It was first time in like over a decade I had ordered popcorn, and that was the correct choice. Everything was great. And it was such a great movie, and reminds me that at least this one is not knit and written, but I do have a Black Panther shawl.
Oh.
In my head that I need to put out of my head before the next movie comes out, because that would just be embarrassing to myself, that I'd be like, oh, and it's the line from very early on in the movie, and because it's a shawl, and I want it to be brioche, it's gonna be called "I Never Freeze."
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Because anytime I get to name something I like to cause trouble, really, is the answer. It's like,
That's
yeah.
right. I never freeze. And then 2 seconds later, uh, uh, uh.
It's like, we got a show for you. It's just warm up. You froze. You froze right there.
I love it. Yeah, you got to get that one out on paper. That would be so. Yeah, I saw it 3 times in the first weekend. I had plans to see it in Charlotte with a friend of mine. I was living in Richmond, and we were going to take the train down to Charlotte. We were going to see it that Saturday. And then I was like, I can't wait till Saturday. So the night that I guess it released on that Friday, but they reviewed that Thursday night.
Yep.
So that Thursday night, I went online just to see, and I was like, oh, there are tickets. So I got 3 tickets, myself, my cousin Ron, and for Simone. And we got to the theater, and it was packed. Like, we ended up being at the very bottom of the theater, in the little seats where you had to.
This is fine seats.
Yes, where I hate to sit and listen. And there were not enough seats. I know they sold more tickets than there were seats. So I was in a seat, Ron was in a seat, and we balanced Simone on both of our knees. She sat on her knees because there was no seat for her. You don't remember? She just woke up and came down.
No.
Oh, she just came down. She's already been awake. Excuse me. He said, good morning.
Hello.
Hi.
I apologize. Marsha, what are your pronouns?
She, her.
Okay. So this is Miss Marsha.
Hi.
Hi. So yeah, so Simone ended up balancing on both of our knees. She was a lot smaller than little bitty
What
thing.
were we doing?
Black Panther? You don't remember that, do you? Yeah, I know. It's okay.
I mean, I barely remember anything from when I was younger.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, so I did Thursday night, and then I saw it Friday, and then I saw it Saturday. So I saw it 3 times the weekend that it opened, and numerous times on my own TV. That's a go-to. So okay.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's
just... so back to fiber.
Yeah.
Back to fiber. Okay, so that's knitting. What about crochet? Which do you do most, or are more proficient at, or enjoy the most? Knitting or crochet?
Definitely knitting.
Okay.
So I learned crochet first, but I didn't do it much. And then in college, a friend, like literally on a subway ride, was like, let me remind you how to crochet. And she showed me how to do it again. And I started crocheting like scarves and things in class. And like, it was great for using my hands, because I had a lot of lectures where it was just like, here are all the notes. Now I'm going to talk at you for an hour and a half. And I'm like, that is a formula for a nap? For a nap. If I'm not like writing anything down or doing, I'm just supposed to sit and listen.
Yes.
That's dangerous. So I started crocheting in lectures and like kept it up in grad school. And then in grad school, I remember I started making more things, and a friend asked for a pair of gloves, and I was like, oh yeah, I can do that. And I was like looking at the crochet pattern, and it was Tunisian-esque, because it was something where you crocheted like 3 rows of crochet to look like 1 row of knitting. And I was like, I'm sorry, what?
3? Wait, sorry.
Yeah.
Baby.
Like, you went forward, you did a thing, you picked up something else, and then you went back on the other way. And I was like, why just knit it then? And that was how I started knitting.
That
someone asked for a gift, and I was like, this other medium is more conducive for this gift. And this is the first. So I just went to a random. I went to a yarn store, hilariously again, in Union Square, Knit, New York. It's no longer in business.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I was like, I think that's the name. It was definitely New York themed in the name.
Okay.
So they had a sign outside, and I remember going, well, this is kismet, because I actually had gone to pick up yarn to finish this baby blanket that I had been crocheting for long enough that it had gone from baby to baby to baby, and gift cards had gone to the actual babies. Because I was like, well, still not done. Still not done. So I was like, okay, let's finish this baby blanket. This is ridiculous.
Did it ever actually make it around the baby?
No. The last time I moved, so 2 years ago, I was like, okay, no, and I threw it out. I was like, okay, this is clearly never. This blanket is cursed. We're not doing it. It's never going to be a thing.
Okay.
So I threw it out, and I was like, we'll just take the yarn space. I was like, let me just take my hook out of here. All right, and we're done.
There we go.
Done. I was like, it was a really nice acrylic wool blend, but I was like, I'm clear this yarn is cursed.
Yeah,
Cursed.
not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen, because I made other baby things in the interim.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just this one yarn.
I got okay.
And they had a sign in the door, like on their sandwich board, free knitting lessons with purchase.
Okay.
And I was like, well, I'm here to purchase. This seems all right. And I walked in and I signed up, and I think they had just done it. Like, just put it out, just decided. Because I signed up, and the classes started like a week later. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I was like, in 2 weeks, I fly to Europe, so a week later works for me. I went in, and the reason I always remember is because when I went for my class, it was now free knitting lesson with purchase of X dollars. I was like, oh, something went wrong. Something went wrong in the interim.
Right.
Who bought some plastic stitch markers for $3 and asked for a knitting lesson? Someone did it. Someone did it.
No, not $3.
But
yeah.
so I had my lesson, and I learned how to cast on, knit, purl, and like I did my first project, garter stitch scarf, like I think everyone does.
Okay.
As a first project, like I still have it, because apparently I didn't know, but even at the beginning I was a little bit of a yarn snob, because I bought a bunch of Malabrio.
Oh well, look at you. Okay.
And I was like, oh, I don't know. It was pretty in red, and that was all I needed. And so I made the scarf, and I still have pictures. I still have it somewhere in my stash. Every once in a while it resurfaces, and I'm like, oh yeah, first project. This is so cute. And I remember having it on the plane to London with my little wooden bamboo needles, because I just graduated, and my present to myself was a vacation.
Nice.
And before I entered the workforce.
Okay.
And so I went to London, and I had my teeny tan scarf, and yeah, if I look at pictures from 2008, I can still see it like slowly growing in my computer's history, since I've had MacBooks since basically the moment I could buy my own personal computer and not my parents buying it. I was like, thank you, Mac. Goodbye, PC. Good day.
Yeah. Listen, there's a big difference from a $200 PC and a Mac. Oh my goodness. I wish I had switched way before I did. But anyway, yes. Oh my goodness. All right. So I've been missing a lot of comments and a lot of questions, but there have been great dialogue going on.
Okay. I think this chat is frozen for me, because...
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because it just says, yes, it was, and I know that was something from a while ago.
A while ago, yeah. Okay. So what we'll do, so we'll take a quick break, quick commercial break. So if you're used to the Saturday Morning Shenanigans, make sure you click up here at the top. And when it shows up down at the bottom, make sure that you go and follow Marsha, 1Geek2CraftAll. If you're new to me because you follow Marsha and you like what you see, follow me too. So click up there. When it shows down at the bottom, make sure you follow anybody else. And listen, I think now, right, when you do that, you can see everybody that's in the chat. So when you do that, if you've been chit-chatting with somebody in the comments, I think you can go and follow them from there now too, right?
Yeah, because no, I'm seeing. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, because I just clicked and
You can see like the list of everybody that's in the room.
yes,
So
yep, and the option to follow.
yes. So I love that. So not only can you follow myself, BzyPeach, Marsha, 1Geek2CraftAll, you can follow the other Saturday Morning Shenanigans crew members that you've been chit-chatting with, etc. So I love, new little features pop up in Instagram all the time. And, we don't know. And it's like, oh, look at that.
Like, you could let us know Instagram. They're just like, no, we'll only let you know annoying things.
Exactly. Exactly. I know I started getting emails on Instagram and I'm like, what? Like, okay, but it wasn't telling me the new features. It was all the other mess. So yeah. If you are on your phone and you do, oh, I don't know. Okay. Oh, you can do that. So if you're not on your phone, it won't let you do it on the piece okay. I don't know. But oh, Crafty Yarn Life says, I need new yarn friends. Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you have a question and we missed it in the comments because Marsha's weren't showing and mine because I forget to look, make sure you click on the little question bubble at the bottom. And that way it'll pop up and I can ask any questions that come up or what have you. Okay, so we talked about knitting, we talked about crochet, but your handle is 1Geek2CraftAll. So what else is included in the all?
In the all is included. Okay, so fiber related spinning.
Okay.
So I spin. I am still, because I keep not doing it, beginning embroidery person who embroiders things.
Embroiderer. Right?
Yeah.
Embroiderer.
So done macrame mostly for costumes, and then sewing. Show the project bags.
Yeah.
And like, oh, and then obviously beading, so stitch markers, earrings, jewelry. I've also started playing with resin, and mostly UV resin. A, because it cures faster, and B, because there are two very chunky, very fluffy boys who aren't going to be kept out of anywhere for long enough for resin to cure for 24 hours without having a surprise paw print in it.
Feline or canine?
Feline.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, there was one napping in the sun, just to my left, and yeah, he's like, I might hop on this table before the shenanigans are over. You don't know.
Right, exactly. Okay. All right, so resin. Okay, so we'll have to talk. So I can message you because I'm like, stitch markers. I need things for the yarn clubs. So yes.
I definitely can do that.
Especially if you're playing in resin too, that gives you lots of
options and fun, which is why I am playing with resin. Like, I've ordered a bunch of molds to make more stitch markers, and it's funny because like the molds technically are for earrings, and I'm like, yeah. And then you put a hole in them, and then they're stitch markers. You see how that works instead of gluing a post to the back.
Yeah.
So I've gotten some geeky ones. I've gotten some, I guess, 90s themed ones, like it's like a Walkman, a boombox, headphones, and I'm looking forward to that because I got some neon fabric and I'm thinking about doing some nostalgia collections. And I say nostalgia, but I mean just like if the cassette tape and pencil or Bic pen meme, you look at it and are like, yes, I know what these two items have in common. Why are we still doing this? It's not that special. I'm like, yes, these sets are for you. and it's going to be like a neon print Notions pouch and a set of stitch markers that go together. And when I say a neon print Notions pouch, think the Saved by the Bell theme song, like that kind of color, those kind of effects floating across the screen in fabric. So
Yes, I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Someone says shawl pins or buttons. What?
oh, resin, yeah, you can do resin buttons and shawl pins.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I have not yet. I have not yet, but I have ideas. It started with my Halloween club that I did last year, and I made little resin stitch marker holder coffins.
Okay, so can we talk about that? I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, so can we talk about that? Okay, Halloween. Why? How? Why? How? Like, how did that come about?
Okay, so how it came about is that I have a Halloween problem. It is my absolute favorite holiday, and I'm always just like, it's Halloween. I'm like, I think it's a combination of the creativity, the spookiness, and the fun around the holiday. Like I've always, like in my 20s, I spent most Halloweens fairly intoxicated at the Halloween parade in the West Village.
Okay.
Every time, like there was a group of us. We'd make poor life choices. We'd be in amazing costumes, but I was like, before I ever went to a convention, I was like making costumes for the Halloween parade.
Gotcha.
And then I started hosting Halloween parties, and like my only rule was always don't come to my house without a costume on Halloween. I'll dress you up. No one wants that.
Like,
no one wants that.
Come on, let's go to the back. Let's go to the back. We have to fix this.
It's like I got wigs, I got crowns, I got corsets. I'm gonna put you in something.
Right.
It's like no one has ever accepted that challenge because I think they've seen my costumes and are like, oh dear, yeah, she will put me in something. Maybe I'll
Let me have some control over my choices here.
yeah. And it's like I don't care if you just show up in a little pair of cat ears.
Mm-hmm. But something. It's gotta be
Something.
Okay.
Something. So
what is your favorite Halloween costume that you made?
that is very easy and comes back to the comic books because I made a Mystique Storm split costume. So it's Mystique, so blue on one side, and she's transforming into Storm. So like I split a wig in half, I split a spandex jumpsuit in half, whole nine. And the costume is I have no idea how to share this, but it's in my stories. Like I have the highlights on my page.
Right now. Wait, which highlight is under? Under Halloween.
I think I remember what I called it. Let me check myself.
It's Halloween cosplay.
Cosplay.
It's under cosplay.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me find it.
Yeah. It's tiny, but the cover photo is the costume I'm talking about.
I see it. Okay, hold on. I'm getting it open. Okay. Oh, I see the full Mystique one. Ooh, Cyberwoman. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so. All right. I see it. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get it to pause. Nope. Okay, hold on. Oh, and the whole, oh my gosh, I love your, hold on, let me flip this around. Hold on, let me go back. Okay, hold on, let me go back. Let me go back. I'm excited. Look, this is so cute. Look at that. Y'all, look at that.
So I want to remake that one because I was actually moving that weekend. And so it was a lot of work.
I love the whole.
That was my macrame.
I love
Okoye's costume.
The macrame. Oh yeah, the top. Y'all have to go look at them. I know this is not the best way to show them, but oh, look at that.
So, and hilariously, those pictures before were at FlameCon. So
okay,
look at that. Because the picture in my favorite costume behind the background is my booth vending there.
Wait, which one?
Go back 1, 2. That's FlameCon, but if you go back, I think it's the one before this one. Oh, one more. Yeah, so that's my booth, so I can see
Yeah,
the bags in the
over
background.
there. Yep. Okay, go look at it yourselves, guys, because I know this is not the best like view of it, but we had to get the essence of it. I love it. I love I love it.
Yeah. So I definitely want to make that one again, and just because I ended up finishing it like in 24 hours, surrounded by boxes, because my roommate and I had just moved into a new apartment, and we both looked at each other and said, "FlameCon, FlameCon," and that was our. Can we eat? Yes. Okay, we don't need to worry about what this looks like. No one's coming to our house. We just moved in. Let's finish our costumes. Let's get the sewing machines out, and we'll work from there.
Okay.
Once we're done, we'll come back to being normal adults and unpacking and doing all of that stuff.
Okay, so there's a comment that I don't know if you can see it, but this has to be a thing. So Skandier says, I heard steak when you said Mystique. And that's a pun that somebody needs to use in a pattern name. And I agree. Because listen, think about it, right? So steaking is scary as hell. I didn't know what it was, but I looked at on YouTube and I was like, wait a minute now, you cut it after you what?
I still haven't done any steaking.
So Mystique, right? Like I tried to steak, but it missed. Like unravel like a piece of knitting that's like supposed to be steeked, but it's unraveling somehow because it was not steeked. Okay, am I? Yeah, I don't know. I think I think it could be a thing. It might be hard for people to get, but if you're yarny and you're into, what DC, right? Then yeah, I think okay. I like it. I like it. I like that idea. So, yeah. But anyway, so what else? Okay. I lost track of where we were.
Favorite Halloween costume. That was So that is the one, because I've worn it as you saw as you were going through. I've done Mystique and I've done Storm multiple times, and the combination just, I was like, why did it take me this long to do this combination?
So would you say that you have separate favorite cosplay outfit? Do you differentiate?
Not always.
Okay.
Mostly because, especially with Comic-Con,
Mm-hmm.
it's usually the weekend before the weekend after Rhinebeck. So it's like Comic-Con, Rhinebeck, Halloween, usually like 2 weeks or 3 weeks if I'm lucky. So I'm like, look, there's only so much time.
Wait, and then you did a club in the midst of all of that last year?
Well, last year there was like there isn't one now. There was the global pandemic, so I didn't do a Halloween party, and I didn't do a new costume. Like the last Halloween party I guess I went to was the She-Hulk one in green in 2019. Yeah. So I did the Halloween club because like that summer I ended up buying so many Halloween themed stitch markers, and I was like, well, charms for stitch markers, and I was like, what am I doing? It's July, and I was like, Halloween's fun. What's the problem? And I was like, and it was interesting because at the same time, like people had been putting out their advent clubs and things like that for ages at that point. I think because of the terrible shipping that everyone experienced in 2020, for everyone that was still going to do one was like, I need to know how many of you there are immediately so I can get these in the mail by Labor Day so you maybe can get them by Christmas, because we can't trust the postal service until fucking the joy is like booted out finally. And so I just kind of went, would anybody interested in a Halloween stitch marker club? Mm-hmm. It's random. And there was an overwhelming, why are you even asking this question kind of yet? Like, are you confused? And I was like, okay, look. Right. Just want to check. Sometimes I have ideas in my head and everyone else is like, okay. No. And everyone was like, yes. Oh. And so I was like, okay. mystery Halloween club. So I started making the charms and markers, and I just went for it. I was like 13 days of Halloween plus
Yeah.
some free stuff. And so I created a bunch of different Halloween stitch markers, and because I'm me, like when I say Halloween themed, some were very standard and others were like, I'm sorry, you did what with what? And I'm like, yes, this is not Halloween themed to you.
Okay.
So
Yeah, what's one of the what with what?
this is garlic.
Okay. Oh yeah, it is. That's cute.
So I made garlic stitch markers. There is a steak in here somewhere. So like you have garlic and a vampire.
But I thought it was, you know, something that we see down here in the South hanging from the back of trucks. Initially. So that's why I was like, wait a minute, hold on, okay, garlic. I love it.
And then this is more traditional standard
Yep.
spiderweb.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I made a mix of that, and I was like, okay, yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I clearly have some extras left, but my plan for this year, I was like, that was cute. This year, it's time to live up to my name, and we're going full geeky. We're going full geeky because I was like, it was Halloween, it was themed, and we had fun, and there were like hints. But like this year, I'm like, no, there will be Ghostbusters, there will be Hocus Pocus, there will be Boo from Super Mario.
Yeah.
Like, there will be my favorites, the 80s slashers. So Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy. I'm sorry, Chucky, you're a doll. You're never going to be on the list. You're never going to be on the list. You're a waste of space.
Not a Chucky fan.
Not a Chucky fan. I was way too young to be watching those movies.
Yeah.
When I first saw them because my sister was 10 and she wanted to watch them and I was 5. And she was afraid to watch them alone. It worked out for me. She had terrible nightmares. It worked out for me because, 5-year-olds.
Right.
I'm not at summer camp, so it's fine. I don't live on Elm Street, so it's fine.
Right.
Chucky's a doll. Someone needs to kick him, so it's fine.
Right.
I am so happy we didn't see anything like Candyman until I was older because I don't think I would have been fine.
I'm still scared to go back and rewatch the original one. Like I want to just to see, like, is it less scary? Because Lil Peach and I watched Nightmare on Elm Street this year, and we both were like, "Oh, the graphics are terrible. What the foot in the stairs? What the?" It was funny.
It was funny, yeah.
And so part of me wants to go back and watch Candyman to see if it does. But I remember watching it the first time, and it scared the bejesus out of me. So I don't know. I still can't
I think I saw it for the first time when I was 12, and it was one of those things where it was like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. I'm just a little suspicious of bathrooms and mirrors for a little. Nothing to see here.
I wonder, it's light outside now. Maybe I should watch it today, like during the day.
Let's see.
Oh, shit. And the little people. Can we watch it together? Look, and then when the new one came out this year, or last year, the funny thing was, I guess they had where you could see the preview if you clicked on the name Candyman 5 times. Somebody did a meme. They were like, Black people never go see this preview because ain't nobody gonna click on that 5 times. No.
You know what? I never saw that preview.
I didn't either because I was not about to click 5 times.
I was like, I see what you did there.
And it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. Sorry, I might see the movie later, but I'm definitely not seeing this preview. How dare you?
90% of the Black horror fan population did not see the preview.
Because we're like, you want me to do? Nope. This is some kind of trap.
No, because look, and now it's gonna come through my phone, instead of through the mirror. I think not. No.
It's like, thank you and good day.
Okay, so I got excited when you said Ghostbusters and all of that stuff. So
What?
You can't be eating on the live.
Why not?
Oh my God.
Don't you drink coffee on the live?
Yeah, but it's in my Saturday Morning Shenanigans mug. It's promotional.
So this is Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
Chick-fil-A is
Lord
so
have
good.
mercy. Bye. Okay, I got excited when you said Ghostbusters. I needed somebody to send this to, so I'm gonna send this to you. Because my colorway for the yarn club for last October was ectoplasm, and it was
Oh, hello.
right after Slimer.
Yep.
And
That is.
so, you know, you can't just do it simple like, okay, here's the yarn. And I was like, okay, well, I had to make a hat out of it, and then I had to have a Ghostbusters pin to go on it. And then the Ghostbusters pin didn't come fast enough, so I ordered a second one that would get here before the first one ever arrived.
Yep.
And so then I had two, and I'm like, I can't. Who wants a Ghostbuster pin? Okay, so I'm gonna send this to you.
I'm like,
It's
absolutely.
it's been sitting here like I know somebody's gonna say something, and I can send this off. So I'm gonna put it right back in the box, and I'm gonna send it your way. Yes. Oh my goodness. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this year. Then I'm gonna have to sign up for that, for sure. I think that would be super cool. So I can't wait to see what you cook up.
Yeah, like I try and be reasonable, so like I'm not gonna open up the signups till around my birthday, August.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I should not open up signups in January for a Halloween club. Just because I already have the idea and have started buying things.
That was a mistake.
Problem here.
That was a mistake I made. I got excited about my first Christmas club, my first Christmas box, and I opened it up, I think in March. And then had to run it through into like May and June. So because I was nervous with the shipping and is anyone want to buy it and all of that stuff. So I'm with you. I've backed off a little bit. I'm gonna wait a little bit later. So yeah. I love it. I love it. What else you got going on? What other crafts, right? So resin, stitch markers, sewing, spinning, crochet, knitting, embroidery.
Embroidery. I'm like,
macrame. What else? Did we forget anything?
Is that everything? Because I'm like, okay, the one thing I definitely am not is an artist. Like I can't draw, I can't paint. It's bad. It's bad. Like my stick figures have 3 legs level of bad. So I'm like, so definitely not that. I will buy your art until the end of time. But please don't.
Abstract art. Abstract. It can be abstract.
It can be weird. It can. It can definitely, like, I have from the laser cutting, so they're the shards of the pieces, and I haven't done it yet, but I've definitely been meaning to get, I'm forgetting what those are called, but normally you put like wait, actually, do I have one nearby so I can explain this better? It's almost like a locket, except just like the inside, and it's like an indent, and then you could put something in. And my thought is to put the shards in different color combinations into the little circle cabochon.
Okay.
And so resonate, so you have a very unique piece of colorful acrylic locked into place.
Yeah, I like that. That's artistic.
And I'm like, and it kind of helps me like get to zero waste.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because like I keep the acrylic shards and I'm like, okay, acrylic, this is nice, but I don't know what I'm going to do with you.
Right.
Yes. And yeah, so there we go. Here is an acrylic. Oh, this happens to be an acrylic dice charm. And so all of the places where there are cutouts, there's a little shard that's that shape that I had to pop out. So I have so many little tiny pieces of acrylic.
Make some really nice pieces. Oh, you could come up with all kinds of things.
Oh, that's these guys. So taking this piece out and instead putting the acrylic in.
Cabochon. Is that that's the term? Okay.
I think so. But
okay. I like that idea. Yeah. So Hazel says you are an artist. You use different mediums. I agree. Absolutely. Like, I don't think an artist is just someone who paints or draws. I think they're, you have sculptors and etc. So we are all artists in our own right.
Okay. Yes,
Neat.
I definitely do fiber arts. Okay, I think more specifically, I cannot particularly draw or paint.
Gotcha.
Those are my 100% lines in the sand.
Yeah.
Look, it gets awkward.
Yes. Yes. I hear you. I hear you. Oh, well, I'm excited. I can't wait to see all the things that you have coming up. And hopefully we can work together on some stuff, because I was like, oh, these will make some great stitch markers and charms and things to go in the yarn club. So you guys might see some of those things coming your way pretty soon. So we'll see. But yeah, let's see. Oh, question. Nope, I didn't see a question. Do y'all have any questions? Did we miss anything?
Yeah, I still can't see any questions.
I know, and I don't have any that have popped up in there yet. So make sure to go take a look at Marsha's link tree, right? Because I did pull up your Ravelry page, and so I love the fact that you have the Justice League scarf. Sorry, I like cut off my mouth. The Justice League scarf out there. Now, is that knitted or crocheted?
It's knit.
It is knit. Okay.
Yeah, it's double knit.
Oh, okay. Yep. I like that though. That's pretty cool. And then let's see. Now, question, you have a Halloween club pre-order. Is that from last year or is that for this year?
That is from last year.
Okay.
Because I haven't taken it down, though I should at least take out the pre-order, because I still have some left. So I figured if anyone wanted the Halloween club, you can still get it. Like, it's still open in my Etsy shop.
Oh.
I listed it as a pre-order because I'm like, oh, I will definitely have to wrap it up and do that, but it will not ship in. I think it's like 5 weeks or whatever I originally put in, because I like made it live,
right,
maybe Labor Day, and then shipped it at the end of September.
Okay.
But yeah, it's up there and you can get it basically immediately. Like,
so listen, y'all need to go
box it up and send it off.
Okay, yeah. I'm about to order it. So, I'm about to order one. Because you work with one of my other favorite artists, Miss Kirsten DK Grant.
Kirsten is fantastic. She did the.
Isn't she though?
She is. She did the design, and I need to poke her and be like, "So, how would you feel about doing some designs again this year?"
Yeah.
Probably be like, "Okay, maybe."
Look,
I'm
now. What are you pulling out of the cabinet back there? What goodie you have back there?
I am pulling out.
Oh, is that one of the kids?
Yep. All that is missing is like the extras. So that's every day already wrapped up. Like.
Okay. So
wrapped up surprise. So I'm like, oh, you're gonna order a kit? When I say I just need to put it together, so put in the bonus items.
Okay.
I was not kidding.
Okay. Hold on. I'm checking out right now. Hold on. It's spinning. Okay, hold on. Pay with touch ID. Okay, touch. Okay, hold on. Processing. It's happening. Eventually, it's happening.
Yeah, that also checks out. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ding. All right, done.
So, yeah. So I'm like,
I'm excited.
Oh, I'm going to the post office. Probably, actually, I was going anywhere on Tuesday, so you will probably have it by the week.
Look, it's no rush. I'm just excited. I'm like, oh, this will be so cool.
Yeah. So.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so y'all go get it. Go get it. And so that way you have last year's and then look out for this year's coming up, but not till August. So you got time. Save your coins. Okay, so what craft have you not done yet that you wish to try? or
Ooh,
crafts. Could be multiple.
that is true. What crafts have I not done that I want to try? Um, One that literally came up today that I haven't done that I was like, oh, this might be fun was cross stitch,
Oh yeah.
which I was like, oh, this is really pretty. Someone just shared a link to a cross stitcher that made some really nice different parts of Canada.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, this is gorgeous. Oh no, another craft. I can see it. I can feel it coming. And it is, let me see if I can find the.
I am all in. I started selling the embroidery threads, and then I started playing in the embroidery threads, and now I can't put down the embroidery
Yeah.
so I think it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, as a person who has an obscene amount of embroidery thread because I use them to make skein earrings
Yes, I saw those.
because it looks exactly like yarn, and every once in a while I will partner with a yarn dyer and make them an exclusive stitch marker set, and I'll use like mini skeins of their yarn
Yes.
in the set. So it's like themed by that. Like I did one with Jessie of Yarn Over New York,
Oh,
and she has, I think she has a couple left, and like I've done similar things for Neighborhood Fiber Co. and just different like yarn people. I'm like, oh, do you have fingering weight yarn? Then I can make it. I can make little mini skeins for stitch markers, or I can make earrings. So I'm like, it's up to you and how you want your shop to run. Yeah. Oh, so it was Pigeon Coop Designs that
okay.
made me say, do I want to cross stitch too? And I'm like, oh no, no, you don't.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
The other thing, I've done a little bit of it, and I still have all the supplies, but haven't done it in a while. Is like polymer clay, because part of it is because I found a vendor who makes these really cute polymer clay things that I had the moment of, did you used to do this? Can't you do this? And let's camera. There we go. Oop, that's the back.
Oh,
So, and then the one that really got me.
wait. So did you buy those or you made those?
I bought those.
Okay. Okay.
So I bought these, but they reminded me that I was like, wait, you could have made these. And I'm like, maybe not as good, but I could definitely, maybe with some practice, but I'm like, I could definitely start trying again.
Yeah, I tried that as well, and I don't know. I think it's something about trying to make little tiny pieces. But one of the things I do wish to do again, I added polymer clay handles to some of my boy hooks.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I love doing amigurumi, and so the little tiny ones, like the bait, the bottom of the hook is just as skinny as the top of the hook, and that is not, your hand gets
It's like
cramped up after a while. So I played around with adding handles to those so I could still use them, and that was kind of fun. I learned a lot about like the shape and how far up I needed to place the clay and layering it and all of that stuff. But that's something that I might consider again. But the little itty bitty, I don't know how they do that. Like those little.
I've only ever used them to add like beads to a shawl.
Okay.
And even that, I was like, this is a lot.
Okay.
So,
Got it.
But yeah, I have the itty bitty where I'm like, I think my needle is thicker. Like sewing needle is thicker than this crochet hook right now. But okay, it's gonna make a really cool shawl once the beads are in place.
Right. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, so any questions from anybody? And then also, you guys get ready. If you want to come on live with us, as we start winding down and getting towards the end of things, we bring people on to say hey and ask questions and just shout out, kiki with us for a little bit. So if you're ready, you got your bonnet off, you wipe the sleep out your eyes, you know.
You know, everything I had to do before I came on there.
Oh yeah. Look, so that's me. I'm like, how late can I roll out of the bed? Like, okay. So I think I stayed in the bed till 9:30 this morning. I just rolled out like, all right, wash my face, brush my teeth, put on a little makeup. Boom, there we go. Oh, okay. Oh, another Marsha, Cocoa Estate Marsha. She wants to know, what's your favorite yarn color?
Ooh. That is a question that should not be this hard, but so my favorite colors are black and red.
Black and gray. Okay.
Red.
Oh, red, black and red. Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
But yarn-wise, I tend to just stick to really bright jewel tones and neon.
Ooh.
I want to start the rainbow sweater, so I need to actually wind these. Like, the body is going to be a kind of dark gray.
Yep.
Like, a light and dark gray, and then the rainbow is going to be, like, just a wild pop of color.
That's a cute pattern. Everybody's making them. I'm like, but yeah.
Yeah.
Whose yarn? Whose yarn is that you're going to use? It looks.
This is Neighborhood Fiber.
Oh, okay, okay.
So her neon rainbow pride set.
I love it. I love it. Let's see. Intrepid Redhead says, I use dental floss threaders instead of hooks for beading shawls. Oh, interesting.
Oh, I have so many of those. So many.
Okay.
I had braces, and then I had like one of those permanent retainer things on the bottom. So I have the dental floss threaders because that's the only way I can floss. Never even considered just
that's neat. That's a neat idea. Let's see. Any other questions? Okay, who's joining us this morning? Who's gonna pop on and hang out with us? Send a little invite down at the bottom. So send the invite, and then we'll bring you on and say hey, see what's going on for this Saturday. Okay, so was there anything I missed? Anything that you want to share with the people that I missed? I know I feel like you have like your table of like items laid out ready.
I do. I just kind of brought everything, and I was like, if it comes up, I'm ready.
Yes.
I think it worked. I think it
worked beautifully. Oh, we got 2 people who want to join. Okay, this is good. This is going to be good conversation. I think did it. Okay, there we go.
Hey.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, yep. Hey, good morning.
Oh.
Hey, Summer.
All right, go. Oh, thank you, Summer. Summer brought me Cheerios. Honey.
Summer, I need some.
How y'all doing?
Wonderful. Okay, so we have
Morning.
Yolanda, Miss Ice Stone Flowers, and we have Jerome Drop Stitch Spin, right?
Ben. Yes.
Yes. And let's see. So Yolanda is here with me in Georgia, and then Jerome is next door in Alabama.
Hello, neighbor.
Good morning. Good morning.
So, Laverne, the reason why I popped on is because y'all talked about Ghostbusters, and we're actually planning on watching Ghostbusters Afterlife today at around 12 o'clock. Yes. Okay. And I'm all for Halloween. Halloween is the best holiday.
What? Christmas. Oh, BzyPeach disagrees. She thinks it's Christmas, but
Halloween, though. Halloween.
I like the lights of Christmas, but I love the creativity of Halloween.
Yes.
What's your favorite part about Halloween?
Okay, but we had because of COVID, we couldn't do it. But honestly, my favorite part is not only giving out bags of candy to the kids, but also giving bags of candy to the parents and guardians that bring the kids. Because then the parents are like, oh my God, thanks for thinking about us. And it's just like, you deserve Halloween too. Why is my dog barking? Oh my God, that's the Chihuahua. Somali, go lay down. She mad because I put a diaper on her. Here she come. Come here. Say hi to the people. Come here.
Jerome, what's your favorite part of Halloween? You said you like Halloween as well.
I mean, I like Christmas and Halloween. I love the um the creativity that you can do for Halloween and for Christmas. Like you can create some beautiful stuff for Halloween and some beautiful stuff for Christmas. You don't necessarily have to go through to the to the um to the traditional colors for Christmas, nor to traditional colors for Halloween.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. Okay. So when you think of traditional Halloween colors, what just like orange and black?
fall colors in general.
Okay.
Because
Like,
that's purple and green.
Yeah.
yes, like this right here can be for spring or for fall,
Okay. Yes, true. Okay.
or this can be for fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This can be for fall. So the more you add different layers and different colors in it, you can make it be for spring, fall, summer,
Mm-hmm.
or winter. So it's just the way that you layer the way you place your layers,
Okay.
and you adjust your colors to work with it. It can go for any way. You can put a hot fuchsia pink in for Halloween, baby. You just have to know
Oh
how
yeah.
to place that color into that Halloween scheme.
That's true. I kind of like the like bright pops of color Halloween stuff. So like I'm drawn to the like the bright like purple and green
Hmm.
combination. Um I do kind of like the cutesy stuff. Like I can't, was it Monster High or something where the logo was like the skull and then she had like the little pink bow,
Hmm.
so stuff like that. Yeah, so it's kind of like Halloween but still kind of fun. Like, well,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
still, but fun too. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yes.
But yeah.
But one crafty geek, I love you. Oh my God. I so love you, but baby, that cabinet behind you, honey, that is just giving me my life this morning. I am just I'm just okay. So I love traditional woodwork, and I
Yes.
love antiques. And there's an antique piece,
It is. It was a gift. Like someone was moving and was like, I don't want to throw it away. I don't want to throw it away.
right? And
But
baby, so when I started watching this live this morning, I was like, I want that piece behind you, sis. I'm like, I want that.
like
That is a
certain
beautiful piece.
layouts, like this is the lock.
Oh my God. See,
Oh.
see, a beautiful eye would know beautiful antique. So
Mm-hmm.
I love antiques. Y'all just don't understand. That's one of my favorite things to. I would go to baby, I've been shopping on Facebook Market
Oh,
for antiques and I get them for less than nothing.
Mm.
that's true.
I've been doing the same. I have a friend that is keeping an eye out on for me because like I want a cedar chest to put all
Yes,
sweaters in, and
yes.
like we finally figured out the style that I like is I think it's New American, and I was like,
Uh
oh,
huh.
that is okay. I'm learning new things, and I was like,
Yeah.
because I was like, I want the chest, and it's like I don't need it to look like a steamer chest that was on the Titanic, and she was like, oh, I know what you mean, and like we eventually found the style, but
Yeah.
So my mom, she have a old steamer chest that looked like it was on Titanic, and it's an old beat up piece of furniture. Like it's like it's been through hell and back.
Yeah.
So this summer, one of my projects, I'm going to refurbish that whole entire piece, and I'm going to make it so it will have like a cushion bottom, size walls, and
Oh.
cushion top. So it could be completely refurbished over, painted. The metal, I'm gonna make the metal look real rusted.
Mm.
So and I want the wood to look like wood, like how they like to actually stain it. I hate paint on wood.
Oh, yeah.
I hate
Jerome,
paint
Yes.
on
let
wood.
me tell you something, Jerome. Like on Craigslist, I found someone that was giving away a raw wooden chest.
Oh,
They were moving away, they couldn't take it.
uh-huh,
So I purchased it for like $30.
uh-huh.
Grabbed my kids, put them in the truck, took it and got it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all that pine, plain pine
Yes.
wood. Right. What I did was I went on Pinterest and I looked up natural ways to stain the wood, coffee grounds, tomato, and I
Yes,
mixed it
yes.
up and I rubbed it into the wood. And I did it for like several days. And then I went to this thing called Van Dyke Restorers and I bought the metal strappings.
Mm-hmm.
So I made the chest look medieval. And then I went to a fabric store online and I bought like different types of African print
Uh-huh.
and I made the interior. It's like when you open it up, it's beautiful oranges, colors, African print colors.
You need
And
to
then,
post that on your
Yes.
and
Instagram so I can see.
Right?
You need to
I'll
post that
post it. I'll
on
post
your
it. I'll
Instagram
tag
so I can
you.
see that.
I'll
Yes.
pull them up. Yeah. And then what I did was, those incense that the brothers sell on the corner in Brooklyn? I bought a
Yes.
whole bag of them joint and I kept it inside the chest. And I had it in there like 3, 4 years ago. Now when you open it up, you
It
smell the
just
champa.
smell just like it.
Yes. And I tell the kids, do not touch my chest. It's mine.
Right.
The
Uh-huh.
living room is my spot. All the colors in the living room is like orange and deep reds and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. That's my spot. And my trunk is there. But I'll post the pictures and I'll tag
Oh
y'all.
yeah, please. We
Yes,
Yes.
please, girl.
Absolutely. I need to see that
right.
because that's
Yeah, it was fun. My husband was like, "What are you doing?" And I had it in the kitchen. I had the rag out. And I was like staining coffee and tea and all kind of stuff. And then I put coasters like I went to Home Depot and I put wheels on the bottom so
Mm-hmm.
that you could roll them on with the wheel. Yeah, I did the whole thing. Put handles on it. Yeah,
Um,
I put it up.
Yeah, we have to.
oh my God.
We have.
Yes. It 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 is for the chest that my mom have. The lock opens up like
Mm.
once you like it. Once you unlike it, for the lock will flap down on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to go get the lock keyed,
Oh,
and so I can have it to be working,
Okay.
and then I'm going to like buff it out, make it look like brand new.
Okay. And
So yeah.
someone in the comments said they've been looking for a wooden legal cabinet where the shelves have glass in the front that lift up to put all the yarn and fiber.
oh, that would be so dope.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I think I really want to say that IKEA might have a cabinet that you can convert the doors
Mm-hmm.
to be able to open up.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Like you can change out the hinges on it,
Mm.
and then see here it will actually open up right for you.
Okay.
Like it will open up the way you would like it to open.
No.
oh.
Okay. Very.
And check YouTube too. The YouTube University, man. People be
Babe,
trying things.
girl,
And you can find almost a video for everything on YouTube.
every damn thing on YouTube, baby.
For real.
Listen, y'all don't understand. I've watched YouTube like it's like church some days.
Hmm.
Because I'm going on YouTube, and me and Jesus, we're gonna be watching YouTube. We're gonna be learning how to make stuff at this day. So I'm telling you, me and Jesus be in here watching YouTube all day long, baby.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well,
So
while y'all are here, do y'all have any questions for Mark?
I don't, but I just love you. I love your energy, sis.
I love you too. I think you're wonderful. And you talked about Marvel and DC, and I'm a Marvel girl, straight up X-Men. I have all 3,000 of my comic books that I would that no one touch. Not selling them. They will be willed to my children. I have them bagged and I have them in trunks. That's it.
I have the I think the Lego boxes
Yes.
full of the single issues. I have an entire bookcase that's just comic books, Lord of the Rings, and Rice. And
Yes, ma'am.
it's full.
I even got graphic novels and
Yep.
Books were my escapism from the bullies, all fantasy books. Yeah, so I'm there with you. I'm there with you.
Yeah, like I'm like all of Sandman is hanging out on the shelf right next to
Oh my God, that's my husband's favorite is Sandman.
yeah, no, it is
I know we're having a real black girl geek moment. Where were y'all when I was growing up?
Right. So you know what? And that's what I like about this conversation. I like about Marsha, your theme and how you present because yeah, I don't know, growing up, like you felt kind of alone, like I'm a black girl that's into like comic books and geeky stuff and you know, rather nerdish and all of that. And it was like, okay, well,
Yeah, purple.
you're weird.
yeah. It was like
I guess that's what I call it, body vixen.
I definitely was like an angry geek, teenage geek because the amount of times there would be like, what do you know about such and such? Not only are you a girl, but you're black. You don't know. And I'd be like, come closer. Come closer. Actually, you don't need to come closer. I'm 6 feet tall. I can punch you from here. Like the number of times, like
6 feet tall.
I'd go to places like Forbidden Planet, which is
She said
Yo!
6 feet tall. Mom.
yeah. Oh, I see that reaction.
When my husband moved to Brooklyn, that's where we met and got married. I took him to Forbidden Planet for the first time. He had met me at work when I was working in Manhattan, and I walked him over to Forbidden Planet and left him there. He stayed there for hours. He didn't know what to start. He was texting me like, babe, I'm still here. And I lost him in Forbidden Planet for a day.
Yeah, nope. I'm like that. That checks out. That's how it works.
We would go.
So I had.
Well, you also smoked at one time in your life.
Shows your adulthood. I had a knit night. And
Well,
it
you
was
smoked for
beer
years.
Uh-huh.
and we met at Brooklyn Castle, which was a beer bar on like
There you are.
6th Street and 2nd Avenue. And then afterwards, we would walk Forbidden Planet because it was on Wednesdays, so it was New Comic Day, and we just go grab our new books, and have a great. And a number of times, someone would be like, "Oh, what do you know about this?" And I'd be like, "I need you to sit down.
Yeah.
Do not try me. It's not going to end well."
Right.
And it'll be like, because they'll be like, "Oh, what do you know about this character?" And I'm like, "Probably more than you. Move it along."
Right.
It's like, I don't know if you think, like, it was also, like, in my early 20s, I feel like also negging was also more of a thing. So I was like, I don't know if you think this is flirting, where you make negative comments to get girls' attention. I was like,
I had people do that to me, and I'm looking at them sideways like that's not sexy.
Yeah, no.
it's like that's not gonna work. And it'd be like, more than you, and it'd just be like, I like didn't have the time or energy, and it was like, I don't need to defend myself to you, rando, in the middle of the comic book store. I'm gonna grab my comics and I'm gonna go downstairs and get the manga, and I need you to move it along because
Right.
So yeah, so Sherry is saying her 15-year-old is going through it now. She likes to dress steampunk and her peers.
Oh.
Yeah, listen, tell her just keep doing her, enjoy it. Like those are things that give you joy, that bring you joy. Ignore haters.
Oh yeah. I did not mention, but I was full punked out the whole time, so that did not help. That did not help. I was like, there are all of these straps and buckles on my pants. Everything is black or red, and the hair.
Yeah,
the hair.
I love it.
Like, it would be one of two reactions: someone going, oh, "One of us," or someone going, "Hey, poser," and I'm like, "Hey, fuckface."
Oh.
Like, I think between college and getting that kind of nonsense from 100% Hookettes, because I went to City College in Harlem, and there was just I am not being a proper black woman, and as a black man, I need to come tell you about yourself. And it was like, as a black man, I need you to move your ass away from me. My favorite was like the number of times they'd be like, but you need to take African American history and learn about this thing, and because you're African American, you're one of us. And I just blink at them, and then very calmly I'd be like, I'm not African American. And they're like, you see the breaking of the brain, and I'm like, I'm Haitian. I speak a whole other language. I don't know what the fuck. And then at some point they'd be like, no, you can't divide us that way. And I just rant at them in straight Creole. And I'm like, oh, do you not understand me? I thought we were the same. I'm speaking a language I've grown up speaking. My parents speak it, my grandparents speak it, my great-grandparents speak it. Don't you speak it too? Oh, yeah. Haitian independence. Nothing? Nothing? You know how you guys were fighting the French and we were like, thanks for distracting them. Whee! Like, yes, the French are busy with this American Revolution. And Haitians are like, we got this. And it's just like, you're so self-absorbed and so like, I'm clearly the only person who's right, and I'm going to take my experiences and literally push it on this girl because she has red streaks in her hair and is wearing a Linkin Park t-shirt, so she clearly doesn't know how to be black.
No. Yeah, I mean, that is, I think, the beautiful thing about us is that we are rich in color, texture, experience, in all the different ways that make us the beautiful humans that we are.
Exactly.
Right.
You know?
And it's like, I 100% live my life in the model of, you do you. I do me, and we're both going to be good. There should be no crisscross, no clashing. And it was like, the people who got the full-on rage were the people who were like, you are wrong, and I'm going to tell you how to fix you. And I'm like, cool.
It's not like they sat down and say, hey, let's talk and get to know each other and find out who you were first. Anything about what makes you tick or your thoughts. It was just an assumption.
Right.
Yep, immediate assumption that they know everything they need to know, that I'm pretending to be something and I don't know my own culture and background somehow, and
right.
Broken. Like, I had people who were like, oh, I don't get this. Can we have a conversation? What's up with the hair? What's up with the clothes? What's going on there? And I'd be like, this, and they're like, oh, okay, cool, interesting. That's different. I didn't know about that.
Right.
I've never heard of that thing. I've never done that. And I'm like, yeah. And
yeah, because some people will ask because they genuinely want to know, and some people will ask to put you in your place.
Yeah.
So you just have to figure out why you're asking. You know what I mean?
True.
So I've gotten asked. I went through my Gothic thing in college. I think I scared my father, who was a staunch Christian. I mean, coming home wearing the black and the makeup, and I dyed half my hair blonde and the other half was black. I scared it, and I had the boots on, the long trench coat. Like he was terrified.
Same.
I was happy because I'm just having fun, expressing me. I don't want to look like whoever. I'm gonna look like how I feel on the inside.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful when someone can sit down and ask you, hey, what's this about? And I want to know about you. And, but if they sit up there and make assumptions, I'm like, y'all can get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Pardon my language. But yes, you can move on.
You can.
I ain't got time. I ain't got the inclination. I got things to do. And you ain't one of them.
And see, that also goes with, especially with me, but I'm a male knitter. Mm-hmm. I'm out in public knitting all the time. People assume that, like, I have had older women come to me about, baby, what are you doing? I'm crocheting. I said, no, ma'am. Let me fix you real quick. Correct you first of all. This is knitting. I'm doing this with 2 needles. Crocheting is when I'm working with 1 hook.
Right.
Yep.
So now, if you trying to imply that I don't know what I'm doing, let me teach you. This is 20 plus years of me teaching myself, me mastering my own skills.
Yeah.
I knit and I crochet. So let me teach you something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I have several little older ladies that I used to go sit and knit with all the time. But since COVID hit,
yeah,
my life all been fucked up and inside of hell in a handbasket.
Right. Well, I think, I think that Oh, hold on. Let's see. Terry says your style has nothing to do with race, whether you dress hip hop or Victorian or still whatever race you are. It's crazy how people want to put you in a box and tell you what you should like based on race.
Correct. And then plus,
Yep.
That's true.
it is like people don't understand. We know our history.
Mm-hmm.
Don't assume because I'm dressed all in black or dressing more in the 50s style or like 60s or the 20s to 30s style. Don't mean I don't know my history. I don't know my true ancestry past.
Mm-hmm.
So that does not mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
I am expressing myself through my outward appearance, how I feel on the inside,
Right.
not as how you want me to feel on the outside.
Right.
So, yeah. Good morning, sugar.
You said Mr. Jerome. She's asking me to put in her passcode so she can something on her, and then she look at me type it in. I can't. Oh my goodness. Well, this has been good. I mean, I definitely you know, I what was the saying? Let your freak flag fly, let your geek flag fly, right? Like,
Yes, ma'am.
I think as adults, you know, we all, you know, probably have become more sure and confident in the things that we like and enjoy, whether they be considered geeky or not, right? And I think it is tough for kids coming up to feel that, right? Because like you all just expressed, right? People will come and be like, you look different than me, or, you know, you're not this, you're not black enough, you're not white enough, you're not this enough. You know? And I think the lesson in that
That's a true thing.
are and enjoy, you know. And I'm here for all of the geekiness. I love all of it. I'm here for it. And I'm excited that I got my Halloween box. It's going to be coming.
Oh!
Yeah. And I think, I don't know, I bless like 13, 14-year-old me for loving the Backstreet Boys. Because the amount of hate people will give like a 14-year-old girl, like, you don't know what music is. How dare you like this? And I was like, I like what I like. And that just kept going. And if anything, I feel like it got worse. Like, I was just like, oh, I'm not supposed to like that? I'm going to double down now. I'm going to double down. I'm going to like it even more. Because you've been trying to tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Good morning, baby.
That was a drive-by.
It was a very cute one. Because like, I know, oh, like,
They got
and
time.
everyone would do it. And it'd be like, oh, well, why aren't you listening to hip-hop? It was like, why do you think I'm not? Why do you think I'm not? You
Right.
think I have everybody playing right after Life After Death? Like, you don't think both of these things are happening together?
Right. Maybe I'm listening to Wu-Tang. Maybe I'm listening to Pavarotti. Maybe I'm listening to...
Exactly.
I mean, you don't know.
People need to stop. People need to stop assuming. Folks need to stop assuming that how you look is what you are. You determine what you are. They don't live your life. They don't know what's in your directory. They don't know what's in your collection. Because I have everything from heavy metal to hip hop to classical, thanks to my mom. You know, and then I watch tons of anime, but I watch a little K-pop. Then I watch my ratchet reality TV shows, and then I watch nature shows. You know, like whatever catches my interest. You should not have to hobble yourself because of what people think you should be watching or should be doing.
Exactly. And I've always been like, I like what I like. I like a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like
eclectic, John.
Someone posted a thing where it was talking about the Linkin Park and Jay-Z collaboration in the early 2000s, and they were like, that time when like they were like alt kids and hip hop kids were friends, and I was like, I didn't need to learn any words to sing the mashup song.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you acting like these were two different people? And I posted it and just said, why are you acting like this was two different people? And the number of friends who responded, yes,
Mm.
yes, me too. I was like, I just like music. Yes, I listened to Jay-Z and I listened to Linkin Park. And when they did a mashup, I was like, oh look,
Clap.
my music come together.
Yeah.
And whatchamacallit,
Aerosmith,
Walk This
Aerosmith.
Walk
Way.
This Way. That
Yeah,
classic.
that was so good. And again, I was like, none of this is new. Putting it together makes me real happy.
Yeah.
But it's stuff I was already listening to because yeah, same. I'm like, I was listening to music and my parents were like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
we don't really like this. But how about we play some Beatles and some Queen? No, you're
Mm-hmm.
still Elvis? No, you're still
How,
not.
how about some Morrissey
An
or
artist?
Midnight Oil or Sinead O'Connor?
Right.
A little bit of everything. And I think that's the thing, as
Sade
we are
right now.
very well,
Oh, yeah.
we can be very well rounded. And I think celebrating all of who we are as Black folks, right? This is Black History Month, our 28 days, although it's all day, every day.
Black History Month is 365 days or 366 days.
Right.
Okay, not
Bla-
just
Black
6.8
history is every time you take a breath is Black history. Every time you breathe is Black
Hello.
history.
Exactly. So I'll read one more comment, just give you some encouragement. So Terry says, if you're content, stagnant, and not grow, then have at it. The rest of us are going to explore the world. And I say, yes, absolutely. And so I encourage you today, look into Black history. It is important. Explore something new, try something new. What's something about you that, people made you feel geeky about? Embrace it today, right? Like dive into it, enjoy it. I think I'm gonna go back and Candyman again. Maybe we'll see. That might be my afternoon foray. But yeah, I would say embrace the geek in you, right? And find those
Yes.
happy and do that. Jerome, thank you for popping in and sharing, asking your questions.
Love you,
Yolanda,
ladies.
same deal. Thank you for popping in and asking questions as well.
It was fun, as usual.
I'm super excited at everything that you have going on, and I love to see all of the different crafts that you're involved in. And I'm glad that you reached out and were like, "Hey, let's chat." And I'm so excited about it. And hopefully it won't be 2 more years before we could be at an event together. And
Fingers crossed.
right, fingers crossed. But I'm so glad that you gave me this time this morning and shared your love of all the geeky crap, right? Yeah,
I try. I'm like, I try to always live up to my name.
I love it. It's not right, because it seems to me that you are just doing the things that bring you joy and that you love. So I love it. I'm here. All right, guys. Well, listen, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Y'all
Have
take
a
it
wonderful
easy.
Saturday, ladies.
You guys, thank you, Marsha.
Thank you guys.
Take
Thank you,
care. It
Marsha.
was nice meeting you, and it's good seeing you again, Jerome.